Recording live from Miami, Florida. Broadcasting all around the world. From big cities to small villages. In every time zone. The most shared podcast in the history of the world. Yeah, I said it.
Welcome!
This is The Rundown with Slim Sir, where real people have real conversations about real life. Here's your favorite host, arguably the greatest podcaster of all time, the king of conversation, the emperor of information, the pod god himself, Slim Sir.
Let's get on with the show!
Welcome to The Rundown. I am Slim Sir, and in this episode, we're going to go back to the original format, which is called the audio notebook. And in the audio notebook sessions, what I usually do is just dump my entire brain out on this notebook. I think that personally, when I used to write like in a journal, right, it helped me a lot. And when I discovered podcasting and an audio form of my notebook, it became easier, and I get to share my experience with you. I don't know if many of you understand that from the age of 14 years old, I left home. And from 14, I was in the streets and I was having experiences. And, I'm not going to say that I understood everything from the beginning. I didn't. It took years of struggle, years of suffering, failure, ups and downs, betrayals, all types of shit. And this is what made me into the person that I am now. So you literally get 30 years of experience. Because I'm 49 now. You get like 30 plus years of experience from me when you listen to these podcasts, and you get it for absolutely free. I'm asking you to do is to have an open mind and to, set aside some time to listen and ponder. That's it. So we're going to get into this session right after this break. And stay tuned because I'm going to drop some motherfucking game.
Everybody's doing it. Share this episode. Hashtag The Rundown with Slim Sir. Let's get 1 billion shares.
Let's do it. All right. Welcome back. Hey, look, before we get started, I just want to thank each and every one of you for listening, for liking, for sharing the podcast, for subscribing. I'm very, very grateful that you find value in what I'm sharing. So I just wanted to say thank you. So we'll start this week like this. Hey, look, a lot of dudes are in the dating area or the pimping area or the macking area or whatever the fucking area that you're in, and you're failing. And you're failing fucking miserably. And these failures are affecting you as a person. I get so many emails, DMs, all types of shit like that where dudes are like, yo, look, they're approaching females or they're talking to females and it's not working out and it's affecting them as people. I need you to have some information. I need you to be okay when you go through a failure or when something doesn't work out. You need certain information. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give you this information. And the first bit of information is very fucking key. Okay. And this is simply your likes and your dislikes. When you meet a female, when you start a new gig or whatever the fuck you're doing, the very first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, do I like this female? Do I like this opportunity? Do I like this new whatever I'm getting into? Do I like it or do I dislike it? A lot of times we especially when it comes to women, we start talking to a female because she's pretty. She got a fat ass and you want to have sex with her. Right? But it's not because you really like her. I mean, think about it. How could you fucking like her if you don't know anything about her? Right? So here's a bit of information. The very first thing you have to do is determine if you like the bitch or not. Okay? And before you could determine if you like the bitch or not, hey, it would help you if you had a type of female that you like fucking with. I mean, I need you to get specific, man. I personally like short, petite females. Natural hair that are beautiful with flat stomachs and nice ass. Don't got to be crazy, you know what I'm saying? But a nice little something back there. Small waist, right? I like my lady to be shorter than me so she can look up at me. If I could choose, I like fucking hazel eyes or green or gray eyes. Okay? I know what I like. All right? Straight up. I like Southern black women. I like Hispanic women. I like ladylike Caucasian women. Being honest. I like feminine females. That's what I like. Okay? So my point is, you have to know what you physically like, because guess what? Light travels at the rate of 186,000 miles per second. Sound travels at the rate of 1,120 feet per second, which teaches us that you're going to see her before you hear her. And she's going to see you before she hears you. So you have to like what the fuck you're seeing. You have to like what you're seeing. So you have to have a type. So I want you to sit down sometime today and figure out what type of female that you like or want physically. What does she look like? Right? Then after you know what she looks like, I want you to determine how you want her personality to be like. See, a lot of times we meet females or we jump into opportunities and we're enamored by the appearance. But we are not going into the substance. There's a lot of beautiful women out there with fucked up personalities. It's a lot of beautiful women out there who just ain't shit. And when it comes to character and integrity. So for me, I personally know what type of female that I like physically, and I know how I want her personality to be. I want her to add value to me, right? I want her to be an adder, right? So we're talking about mathematics right now. I want my woman, my potential woman, to be an adder, not a subtractor from my life. I want her to add peace to my life, not take away from the peace in my life. I want her to multiply what I give her, not divide what I give her. See, I know what I want her to look like, and I know what I want her to be like. So when I'm out and about in the world and I see a woman that looks like the woman that I like, hey, look, boom, that's the one I get action with. I try to talk to her, right? And when I'm trying to talk to her, what am I trying to find out? I'm trying to find out her personality. I'm quizzing this bitch. I'm looking for what I want. And I'm quizzing the bitch. All right? So that's the very first lesson that you should learn. Hey, what do you like? What do you dislike? I personally don't like bigger women. I don't like a woman that's taller than me or bigger than me. I don't like that. I'm not trying to body shame anybody. I just don't like that. It's not my preference. I don't like a woman with a pouch in her stomach area. I don't like that. It's not attractive to me. It may be attractive to you, but I know what I like and what I don't like. I don't like loud women. I don't like women that's going to get in my way from accomplishing my purpose. I want a woman that's going to stand behind me and motivate me forward. That's what I like. I like ladylike women, feminine women. I don't like ghetto, loud, obnoxious ass women. Just what it is. So you have to know what you like and what you dislike. It's not about her. It's about you, nigga. This is your life. And one day, the reality is you're going to fucking die. Now ask yourself the question. If you know you're going to die one day, have you really lived your life every fucking day? And the only way you're going to live your life is if you first determine what you like and what you don't like and go towards what you like, and you're going to have a fucking dope ass life. But if you don't know what you like or dislike, and you're constantly having situations and people in your life that you don't like, hey, you need to fucking take a reassessment. You need to take a reassessment of yourself and your life and your likes and your dislikes. It starts there. You have to know you. And when you know what you like and when you know what you dislike, now you're beginning to learn and understand and know who you are. You can't meet a female and ask her to follow your lead if you don't know and accept the fact that you are a leader. If you can't show and prove that you are a leader, how in the hell are you going to be able to convince this woman to be submissive to you and follow your lead? If you don't know your likes and dislikes, how is she supposed to have any security and stability in you, safety in you? You don't even know yourself. How the fuck is she supposed to get to know you? You're making it impossible for bitches to love you when you don't know who you are. And when you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you dislike. Now you articulate and communicate that to the female, which gives her a choice to say, hey, look, I want to fuck with this nigga. Oh, I don't want to fuck with this nigga. You have to determine who you are by determining what you like and dislike, and then tell that to her, which gives her a choice. And in the game, it's all about fucking choice. It's not about force. But the only way you can give her a choice is when you know what you like and what you dislike. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two is, hey, look, when you're going to add a female, or when you're thinking about adding a female into your life, ask yourself the question: what value does she offer me? What am I getting from this woman? And am I getting what I want from this woman? Am I getting what I like from this woman? Can she provide that for me? Or is she only going to provide the things that I dislike? See, we have to make a mathematical decision here now, okay, as men. Now, we know what we like, we know what we dislike, and we're going to add this person into our life. Well, she has to know what you like and dislike. And she has to be behind that. She has to be able, once a woman knows what you like and dislikes, her immediate job right there from that point on is to assist you in helping you to get the things that you like and stay away from the things that you dislike. If you get with a female and you tell her what you like and dislike and she don't give a fuck, then that's not the one for you. You shouldn't add her to your life. Okay? When you get with a female, you tell her what you like and what you dislike, and she's constantly giving you the things that you dislike, why would you add her to your life? She's showing and proving that you should subtract her from your life because she is a subtractor. See, now, we talked about this mathematical macking, right? So there's basically like two types of fucking females out there. Just like there's two types of dudes. You got the type of female that's going to add to your life. And then you got a type of female that's going to take away from you. You got a type of female that's going to multiply in your life. And then you got a type of female that's going to divide from you. Well, adding is just increasing value. Subtracting is taking away value. Multiplication is adding value at a faster rate, and division is removing value at a faster rate. Those are the types of people that there are. There's givers and takers. Okay? If you want abundance in your life, it only makes sense that you become a adder or a giver, and the partner that you choose should also be an adder or a giver. And that's how you produce abundance. You can't produce abundance if you're the one adding and she's the one subtracting. You're always it's not gonna work out. There's no abundance there. There's no fucking abundance there. Okay. So, you know what you like. You know what you dislike. Okay. You're making an honest assessment of this female. Okay. You've told her what you like, what you dislike. Now you're watching her behavior. And she's going to show you, because actions speak louder than words. The bitch can say whatever the fuck she want. We don't care about what the fuck she say. We only care about what she pays. And if she's paying attention and giving you what you like. And a sign that she may be the one for you is that she enjoys giving you what you like. And if she has to give you something that she knows you dislike, it troubles her. She doesn't want to give you that. She wants to keep you away from the things that you dislike and around and with and have an abundance of the things that you like. This is very fucking simple. When you meet a fucking female, my brothers, I want you to pay attention to how this bitch talks. I want you to pay attention to how she talks to you. Okay? And if in her language, all you hear is, I need. What can you do for me? What can you do for me? She's a subtractor and potentially a divider. She's going to bring down your whole fucking entire kingdom. Stay the fuck away from that female. But when you start talking to a female, if she starts selling you on the benefits of being with her, the things that she will provide for you, the things that she will do for you to make your existence easier. She has to add a peace of mind to you. If you out busting your ass and she knows your schedule and your program, her job is to make your life a little bit easier. That may mean, hey, make sure you have some food for me when I get home. Or, hey, can you take care of this laundry because I'm out busting my ass and I really don't have time for that. She has to be able to assist you, man. If she's not helping you, you shouldn't mate with her. If she's not helping you, you should not add her to your life. It's really just that simple. The next thing that you should also know is a key piece of game for me that when I learned it, it changed my life. Okay. You got 3 types of people in the world, man. This is some real shit. I want you to fucking really get this shit into your head. You got 3 types of people in the world. You got people that are for you. You got people that are against you. And then you have the third type. The people that say that they're for you, but they're really against you. Now, this fact will fuck you up because then you start realizing that 2 out of 3 people ain't shit. 2 out of 3 people are against you. One of those 2 are just outright against you. And the other one of those 2 that are against you is like a snake or a devil. They smile in your face and stab you behind your back. There's only 1 out of every 3 people that you're going to meet in life that are real, genuine people. Now, at first, this is a very depressing fucking idea when you think about it, until you realize that you're in a game. And when you're in a game, you have to have opposition. And when you're in a game or in a war or in a battle, a lot of times the opposition may outnumber you. See? But a real player, a real warrior, a real fighter will still overcome. These stories are not new. Even in the Bible, you had little David who slew the big Goliath. Okay? That's the case in point right there. Okay, you're always going to be outnumbered. That's the name of the game. But you have to be able to identify who's who on the field. Okay? You want to fuck with people who are really down for you. But you have to be able to see and to determine and to decipher who the fuck is who. Now, how do you determine that? How do you determine if somebody really fucks with you? Good question. Glad you asked. Here's how you determine. They add value to your fucking life, man. It's really just that simple. They add value to your fucking life. They add value even to your finances. And they add value to your relationships. They are just adding value, man. Okay? That's the type of person that you want. That's the type of person that you know they really fuck with you because they're adding value to your life. And how do you know those are against you? Because they're trying to subtract value from your life. It's really fucking simple, man. Do we really have to go through this? It's really just that simple. They hate you. They don't fuck with you. They're against everything that you're against. And their sole purpose is to take from you, nigga. Your job is to be able to peep game and stop that shit from happening. And the third type, how do you tell if this fucking hypocrite, the motherfucker that's smiling in your face but really stabbing in your back, how can you tell if that person is a hypocrite or if they're your friend? Easy. Once again, we go back to this mathematical shit. They add value to your life. Okay? So when somebody's smiling in your face and you can't tell if they really, really fuck with you, smiling in your face and you have suspicion that they're stabbing in your back, or if you don't know if they're stabbing in your back, either case, you know, all you have to do is look at the results. Actions speak louder than words. Is this person adding value to my life? 9 times out of 10, only 1 out of 3 people that you fuck with right now is adding value to your life. The other types of people are taking from you. And if you look around and you don't have shit, you know what that means? That means that you probably have a whole bunch of motherfuckers around you that are taking from you and not giving back to you. And you're always in a fucking deficit, whether it be financially or mentally or emotionally or physically or spiritually, man. All the fucking illies. Constantly taking, man. And you feel drained and you feel tired and you feel stressed and you feel betrayed and you feel all these fucked up feelings. You know why? Because you're surrounded by fucking haters who are taking from you and laughing behind your back and not giving you anything in return. And they're just waiting for the day that you either give all that you've got and you got nothing else to give, or you wake up and you stop giving them shit. 3 types of people in the world, man. Now you have to ask yourself, what kind of person are you? And here's some of the most valuable game. I had to realize within myself that I wanted to be an adder. I wanted to give value. And I determined in my mind, once I realized how serious this was as a characteristic in a personality trait in my life, this is what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a giver. This is why I spit so much game, man. I study and I spit so much game. I share so much game because that's what I am. I am a giver. Okay? And once I realized that, once I determined that that's what I wanted to be, I realized that, you know what? It didn't matter what anybody else did. Didn't matter how anybody else was. I'm going to be a giver. Now, if I'm a giver, I'm an adder and I'm around a subtractor. And I acknowledge you as a subtractor. My job is to get the fuck away from you. I only want to be around adders. I don't want to be around subtractors. I want to be around people that give value. I don't want to be around people who just take selfishly, just take and have nothing to offer in return. That violates the game because one of the principles of the game is reciprocation. Okay? That establishes balance. See, if you're constantly giving financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and you're not getting back anything in return, you're going to run yourself into a deficit. That's unbalanced. It's unbalanced. And when you really, really look into it, the root cause is 2 out of 3 people don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They will take from you until there's nothing else left to take. And then they will laugh at you and make fun of you. That's the reality. So you have to be able to see through this bullshit. You have to be able to make wise assessments and be able to understand what the fuck is really happening. See, this game, we call it the game. It's really called the ism. And the ism is short for realism. Dealing with truth, dealing with actual facts, dealing with fucking reality instead of the illusions and fairy tales that you've been programmed to have in your minds. Guess what? Just because I'm breaking shit down to you right now doesn't mean that I wasn't programmed at one point. I was fucking programmed just like everybody else. I wanted the big house and the white picket fence and 2.1 kids and a fucking dog and a beautiful fucking wife with flowing hair and a sundress, man. welcoming me when I come home from work. Yeah, the big fairy tale shit. Hey, guess what? Life doesn't work like that, man. There's a reality of life, man, and we have to accept this shit. And one of the things that we have to accept is that, you know what? Everyone in this world does not have your best interests in mind. So you have to have your best interest in mind. And how do you begin to have your best interest in mind? You have to fucking first know what your best interest is. You have to know what you like and what you dislike. Then you have to know if you have to ask yourself a really deep question, man. I think I skipped over this, but let's revisit this for a second. Once you determine what you like and what you dislike, there's another question you have to ask yourself. Does what I like benefit me? Or does what I like harm me? Because sometimes you might like something and it may be harmful for you. And sometimes you may dislike something and it may be beneficial to you. Okay? So now, once you know what you like, what you dislike, now you have to ask yourself, does this benefit me or harm me? And this begins to show you not only who you are, but it begins to unravel how you think. And once you can understand who you are and how you think, this is called self-knowledge, man. Self-knowledge. You acquire this. Nobody can give you self-knowledge, man. This is the knowledge that you have to get from yourself. Side note, you ever notice how you talk to so many people? You talk to people every day, right? You meet a new bitch and you're talking to her on the phone for hours. But you know what? How much of that fucking time have you ever spent talking to yourself about yourself? Doing some self-reflecting. You see? We spend all of our fucking time talking to people, looking at social media, but we never spend quality time with our fucking selves. So you meet somebody and you start fucking loving them more than you love your fucking self. You know more about this bitch than you do about yourself. That's fucking sad, man. It's sad. Life begins with you, motherfucker. And knowledge begins with self-knowledge. So I want you to look at all these things. First, you have to determine what you like and what you dislike. How does it benefit you and does it harm you? And then the last question you have to ask yourself is, okay, I like this thing. It benefits me. What is the appropriate action now? What do I do now? Or I like this thing and it's harmful for me. What do I do now? What's the appropriate step now? Okay? This is all of these things that I'm telling you about right now. This is your personal responsibility to yourself to make sure that you're good and that nobody fucks you over and nobody fucks with your mind and nobody damages you anymore. Because guess what? If you're a fucking man listening to this podcast, the reality is no one gives a fuck about you. Okay? That's the reality. We're not in a fucking fairy tale shit right now. As a man right now, if you going through some shit, there's very few niggas that you could pick up the motherfucking phone and call and talk to and really bare your soul. No one gives a fuck about you. So it's your responsibility for you to give a fuck about you and for you to be able to handle life's situations, right? And overcome difficulties and solve problems on your fucking own. Because 2 out of 3 people in this world that you will come into contact with don't give a fuck about you and are actively, consciously, deliberately trying to take from you and don't give a fuck if you have anything left. Do you understand? I know most of you motherfuckers that are listening, you know where I'm coming from. The world says, oh, you should express yourself. And when you express yourself, they look at you like you less than a man. Where the fuck do men go to when we have motherfucking problems? Where do men go through when we have mental health issues? Where do men go through when we have emotional fucking health issues? Where do men go to? Niggas don't even go to motherfucking doctors, man. How the fuck you gonna tell niggas to go to a fucking therapist? Niggas barely go to the motherfucking dentist. Niggas barely go to get a fucking physical checkup. You know why? Because we put everything before ourselves. You put a woman before yourself, your kids before yourself, your job before yourself, what everybody else needs before you. And what I'm saying to you is, no, that's not right. That's wrong. It's a sin against yourself. You're sinning against yourself and you're teaching the world how to treat you. You're teaching the bitch that you're fucking with how to treat you. If you don't put yourself first, why the fuck should she put you first? Think about that. The only way you're going to ever put yourself first in the proper place that you belong is when you have a knowledge of yourself and where you belong in the great scheme of natural order. Where do you fucking belong, man? Who are you? Okay? Always remember, man, if you don't know who you are, you make it impossible for the bitch to get to know you. If you don't know who you are, you make it impossible for the bitch to get to know you. And how could she understand something that she doesn't know? And how could she act properly if she doesn't fucking understand or doesn't know what you like and dislike? This whole game starts and ends with you knowing you and standing up for you, nigga. You gotta be your advocate. Okay? Take a look around. How many motherfuckers be calling you, nigga? They be like, hey, look, man, I got some extra money, man. You need something? You good? You probably never got that motherfucking phone call ever in your life. You ain't never had a nigga call you and be like, hey, look, man, I got some extra groceries, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a surplus, man. Abundance, man. You need some? Yeah, like never. I remember when I went through my fucking breakup, man, and I was going to the office, man. Motherfuckers like, damn, this nigga, he looks stressed out. He looks depressed. He looks this, he looks that. And nobody fucking came up to me and asked me, nigga, how you doing? Is everything okay? I see you looking a little bit stressed, nigga. Everything all right? Nobody. What do you have to do in that situation? You have to make sure that you're good. There's no bitch in the world it's no guarantee that a bitch in the world is going to take care of you, man. There's no guarantee in the world that anybody's ever going to be fucking there for you, man. The one guarantee that you can have is that you are going to be there for you. And that you are going to know what you like and what you dislike. That you are going to fucking think about things and move towards making decisions that benefit you, nigga. You. Not the bitch. Not your mama. Not your daddy. Not your family. Not your kids. You, nigga. You. And the reason why I'm saying that and saying it so forcefully is because we live in a world where men are placed at the bottom of the value scale. We're placed at the fucking bottom. That's not the way it should be. That's not the way it was designed to be. This is an alteration. It's an unnatural alteration. And if you don't know who you are, man, this world will have you thinking that you ain't shit. And that's not the truth, man. You are somebody. You just don't know who the fuck you are. You are somebody. You just don't understand the characters that are around you. You are somebody. But you don't understand the agenda of the characters around you. And you're listening to people who don't give a fuck about you. And you're buying in to ideas and programs and a lifestyle that you become the loser. This world has us at the bottom of the totem pole. And all women see us for, and even sometimes all your kids see you for, is what can you do for them? Never. What can they do for you? Or what can we do for each other? This is why this game that I'm teaching you is so important. It's so important. I'm not telling you to put women down. I'm not telling you to neglect your families or your children. What I am telling you is to put yourself first. Because it's a motherfucking heartbreaking thing when you've placed everyone and everything before you. And when there's nothing else left for you to give, it hurts like a motherfucker to see all those turned backs. You see? They're going to turn their back on you, because that's the nature of a subtractor. That's the nature of a divider. That's the nature of a taker. To take, until there's nothing left for them to take and nothing left for you to give. I'm telling you all these things because these are realities that I overlooked in my own life and got fucked over mad times and got a whole bunch of emotional baggage because of shit. Because I was dealing with subtractors and dividers, takers. Basically, zeros who were not adding value to my life. They were getting in my way instead of getting behind me and motivating me forward. So I want you to learn from those mistakes that I made. I hope that, a lot of times, man, motherfuckers want me to give you the blueprint, the step by step. How do you do this? How do you do that? No, man, I'm going to tell you where I fucked up. I'm going to tell you about the things that I wish that I could have did differently. Okay? Because if I make you a step-by-step program, that's my fucking program. And you're not learning how to think and do for yourself. So I'm not giving you no fucking step-by-step program. I'll give you the principles. And now you have to invest your time and attention into these things that I'm sharing with you. So now you can make them your own. And when you ponder on these things over and over and over, write them down, talk about them, have conversations with your homeboys. Start talking about these ideas, and then you'll start to notice that they get deeper and deeper and more complex, and you start to understand things more, understand yourself more, understand the people around you more, and you can understand your life more. See, if you don't know who you are and you don't know who the characters in this game is, you'll always be losing. The biggest wisdom in the game, the greatest wisdom in the game, I should say, is knowing who the fuck you are. And the second greatest wisdom in the game is knowing those who are around you. Okay? What I want you to do right now, make up your mind that you're going to determine the things that you like and you don't like. For you, when it comes to money, the things that you like and what you dislike. The things when it comes to your life, the things you like, the things you dislike. The things when it comes to your relationship, the things you like, the things you don't like. Okay? I want you to write it on a piece of paper. The things I like about money, the things I like about life, the things I like about relationships. On another piece of paper, or on the other side of that paper, the things I dislike about my finances, the things I dislike about my life, the things I dislike about my relationships. And now you have all of this in front of you. Now start asking yourself the question about every one of your likes and dislikes. How does this benefit me and harm me? And after you've gathered that information, the last step is, okay, what's the appropriate response? Now, brothers, I'm telling you, if you go through this system that I'm telling you to do, determine what you like and dislike, determine how it harms you or benefits you, and determine what's your next appropriate step after that. Man, brother, you're going to know who you are, and you're going to begin to understand where you're going in life. You're going to define where you're going in life. That is your roadmap. See, a lot of motherfuckers just don't know who they are and what they like and what they dislike. We're going to obliviate that problem. That problem is solved right now because you're going to put in the work. You're going to put in the work. You're going to understand you're going to know yourself. This is what this whole thing is about, knowing who you are. And then you're going to understand how other people are, right? There are 3 types of people in the world. People that are for you, people that are against you, and people that say that they're for you, but they're really against you. Take this wisdom. And if you found any value in it, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? Share this shit with a nigga that you know is fucked up right now. Share this shit. I ain't asking you to fucking subscribe, which to be honest with you, I kind of want you to subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 followers so I can go live and start answering questions. Right? But it is what it is, man. If you don't like it or subscribe or comment, that's cool. Just share this shit with somebody. One person. We all know that one person that need this motherfucking game. Right? We all know this one person. Nigga, it might be you, nigga. And birds of a feather flock together. And if you doing fucked up shit like putting yourself second and putting the bitch first, then hey, guess what? 9 times out of 10, your friends doing the same dumb shit. Share this shit with your motherfucking friends. Okay? And on that note, man, I hope you got some game from this. I hope you got some value from this, man. I am your brother. This was me and my audio notebook, and we're going to get back to a regular podcast tomorrow, but I just had to get some of this stuff off my chest. I wanted to give you some of this game, man, because I know that, you know, maneuvering this world, man, without having a knowledge of yourself or knowledge of others, man, yeah, you a straight victim, man. You fooled, man. You know what I'm saying? And we going to reverse this shit. You know what I'm saying? Put you where you belong. At the top of the motherfucking pyramid, brother. That's where you belong because you're a king. And on that note, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
Want more? Log on to slimsir.com to stay connected. Follow on Instagram at The Real Slim Sir. And remember to tune in next week for a brand new episode of The Rundown with Slim Sir.